My numbers are going up. It's because of you. It's because of you. I can't thank you enough. I love you to the moon and back. You can see today's title, How to Get Scholarships. Tune in from beginning to end, and you always want to watch my videos to the end. I won't keep you here too long. Scholarships. I know all of us, finances are an issue. Many of you want to join Janet here in the United States. Some of you want to go to Canada, but scholarships. You need a scholarship. This is the most common question I get since I started vlogging. I'll be honest, many people want to know how to get scholarships. Of course, we know fees in the United States expensive. Room and board expensive. Life in the United States expensive. Currency difficult. Okay, so today I'm going to tackle this you've never seen before. You know, I've talked about scholarships here and there, but today I'm here to answer your questions. Of course, if you want to find Janet, janetrangi.com. I love you so much for coming, and I hope you can hear me if anyone is watching. Okay? Thank you, Vincent. Can you hear me? So, guys, scholarships. Scholarships. Okay? So let's just go through moment of truth. Janet likes to lay the foundation. Moment of truth. This is how you know you are going to get the scholarship, and then we'll go into the the details of how to get these scholarships and how to pay for these fees. And of course, I've done videos on how to pay for fees in the United States. I've done that. But number one, this is the question you need to ask yourself. I'll be honest. Where you come from? Did you qualify for a scholarship? Good question. Did you qualify for a scholarship? Okay. Did you get S? Did you get distinctions? Okay, thank you so much. If you can hear me, say amen. Thank you. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, did you qualify? So let's just start from there. So if you did not qualify, all right, know that there are some things you have to do before you qualify for a scholarship. That is just a fact that many of us we don't think about, except when you come to talk to Janet. You're like, Janet, get me a scholarship in America. Janet, get me a scholarship in Canada. Number one, for those who are following me for the first time, welcome. For those who know me, you always hear Janet in her video saying, before you ask for a scholarship, how about we start with admission? And by that, I'll get on the points on how to get scholarships. How about we start with admission? Let's not have things the other way around. Okay, you're asking for a scholarship to take you where? To the moon? To space? Okay, no, we need a scholarship to take you to school. And therefore, we need admission. True or false? We need admission. So please, the first thing you should be thinking about when you're coming to see Janet, or you're thinking of America, or you're thinking of Canada, let's ask ourselves, admission first. How do I find a community college? How do I find a university? And how do I find an English program? Thank you, Rachel. All right, from Atlanta. I see you. Okay, how do you get into these programs and how do you get admission? Then now we are talking. Because this is why I say get admission first. Because most of these institutions, they have their own scholarships. Sometimes they have scholarships for international students. So if you have a scholarship, my friend, then, if you get admission, then they can give you a chance to apply for their scholarships. They can give you a chance to apply for graduate assistantships. So that is how it works. Okay, and I know where we come from. The first thing is to think of get, no. But with Janet, we are beginning to know that no, God gave us two hands, and there are other ways we can do to get money. So let's start from there. If you're following Janet for the first time, understand that scholarships come after admission. Okay, do some government entities show scholarships to bright students before they graduate? Yes, that is possible. Do some organizations come out there and throw the word scholarship for you to chew on? Of course. But for the most of you will need to get admission, and then the school will give you a list of available scholarships. And how do you get those? By getting admission. After you have admission, now we can even go and search for more funding outside the university. And I know some of you are, Janet, do you do Prodigy? Janet, do you do Empower? Courtesy of Janet. Janet told you, and I love how that moved like fire. From now on, you hear of Prodigy, you hear of Empower, think of Janet Rangi. Okay? I go dig these things in the trenches and I bring to my people. Yes, those are student loans for international students, but that's not for this video. Okay, stay tuned. Janet will come with a whole video on how to apply to these loans. for international students. But today we are only focused on scholarships. Okay? So see, number one, we have to get admission. Now, let me just be honest on how to get this admission, and then I'll summarize. As always, I always say stick to the end of the video. Janet will show you how to do these things. Number one, okay? If you're one of those people who was not very good in school, you know Janet can still get your admission, okay? I get admissions in community colleges, universities, and all that, okay? But ask yourself, were you good enough? If you are not, no problem. Apply, get admission, come watch Janet Rangi, understand how people pay for school fees. Because Janet Rangi is more likely to give you a school where you find resources of your own people. They will show you how to do things. The problem with some of you, you think you know everything, you go on Google and you pick a very expensive school, or you pick a school where you go and there's no one who can help you through these things, and then you start calling Janet. Now your first semester, you're stranded. Cheap is expensive. Okay, some of us, we are experts. We've lived here for long. Okay, if you see us telling you, go there, we've seen something you don't know. Okay, so first of all, come with your bare hands and understand that Janet has taught you how to pay for these things. Okay, all right, on campus. Okay, apart from on campus resources, the most important thing is resources. By the way, when I went to school, they told me, if you don't know anything, know where to find your resources. Go and do your research. Know where to find that knowledge. And that is the most important thing. Know where to find that information. And that is why I'm telling you, don't think of scholarships, especially if you are not very good in class. Let's assume you're very good in class and you have distinctions and you have A's. You have a high chance of getting a scholarship, no problem. But these are the things you need to do to get a scholarship. You come to this video and Janet will deliver. Me, when I put a topic, I will deliver. Number one, have good grades. Is this news? This is not news flash. You know it's true. Have good grades. Okay, so if you have a C minus, okay, or you have a credit instead of a distinction, please don't come to Janet. I love you, Nancy. I see you, Nancy Mwangi, okay? Don't come to Janet and ask for a scholarship and you know you got a C minus, okay? Or you got a bad grade, okay? So are we on the same page? So how about you just tell Janet, bring me to America, okay? Now that is doable. But don't come to Janet and say scholarship, and we know very well, if we go and open our skeletons, we have C minus or we have a D. Okay, even with a D, Janet will get your admission. That's not a problem. But again, I'm just asking you, please be realistic. If you're one of those people who scores S and B pluses and distinctions, okay, and first division, upper class, please feel free to ask for a scholarship. Are we on the same? In other words, I'm saying, are you smart enough? By the way, I don't mean anything. Some of us are very smart, book smart, and some of us are street smart. No problem. You can be any of those. You can be any of those. You can be street smart or book smart. But for the sake of scholarships, let's talk about book smart. You have to be smart, basically. You have to be the best student in class, okay? That is how you get scholarships. I know how to deal with this topic. It's long overdue. And you know, Janet doesn't like breaking people's hearts. But today, she you know, the spirit came to me and said, Janet, say the truth. Janet, say the truth. Janet, say the truth. And Janet is not stopping anyone from coming to America. But sometimes this video will help millions, if not hundreds. And by then, I'm so happy you guys are watching. I'm growing at a very high rate these days, okay? I won't be surprised by the end of the year to be so big, okay, on YouTube. My friends, if you're not smart, no scholarship, okay? Now, if you're smart and you have a scholarship, all right? Number two, you know how these schools, if you go on Janet Rangi website, you'll see Janet finding schools and she will say, I try to find schools for my people, schools that do not need English programs, because most of my followers have very good command of the English language. You see that on my website. I try to find people who have no GMAT, schools that don't need GMAT. I try to find schools that do not need GRE. I save you time and money. No GRE, no English, no GMAT, no preparation exams, basically. Okay, but today, for the sake of this video, if you're coming to Janet Rangi and you say, Janet, can you get me a scholarship, please? Be ready for these things. Write down. When you come to see Janet Rangi, you have to have a pen and paper. Write down. Draw down. Okay? First of all, I want you to have scored an A or A minus or a distinction or upper class. Write down. Number two, make sure you're willing to do GRE, graduate record exam. And not just do GRE. Score very well. Are we on the same page? Are we on the same page? Okay? Make sure you do that. And then now ask Janet for a scholarship. Some of you are now getting the point. But Janet, I deliver. I deliver. My videos are no joke. I deliver the best of the best. Okay, Sunshine Continent. I'm the Sunshine Continent, okay? I'm the trusted brand, Sunshine Continent, okay? Okay, I'm doing this like I'm from India. Have you ever watched people from India? They do this. Okay, anyway, have good grades. Do GRE. If you're a business major, do GMAT. And I don't mean do GMAT, okay? Pay money, register for GMAT, score very high, okay? Again, go and register for English. Do TOEFL. Computer-based, internet-based. Score very high. And when I say very high, make sure you have a very high percentile. I love how in America they do percentiles. They'll tell you for this test, 20%, you belong in 20% of the people that scored very low. Okay, you belong in the 70% that scored average. You belong in the 10% or 8% that scored very high. Okay, so go do GMAT, do TOEFL, okay, do IELTS, and have everything above 7 or 8. Spoken, voila. Okay, written, voila. Comprehension, voila. Then ask for a scholarship. Today is about scholarship. Okay, this is not to discourage anyone. In other words, what I'm saying, when you come to see Janet Rangi, come to America and learn what Janet says, how everyone else pays fees. Because Janet will tell you how everyone else pays fees, and probably some of you are not listening. You think people have to be millionaires? No, that is not true. You think people have to be very smart in school? No, that's not true. Okay? The truth is, you have to know the strategies. You have to know the ways of how people come to America and how they pay fees. Okay? Now, once you get a very good grade, okay, then you pass all these exams. Okay, now we apply in schools that are doing very well and are more likely to have scholarships. I'm just telling you the truth. Okay, now we've put that down. I told you, if you leave my video, you will miss the most important point. Because Janet is about to touch some of the things that will really benefit some of you. Okay, stick around. Okay, now we've dealt with the smart kids. We've dealt with many of you who are very smart and you'll qualify for scholarships and graduate assistant program and everything. Let's come to some of us, okay? Let's come to some of us who might not be very smart and we didn't score very well, but we want to stand a chance of scholarships. We are going to write a very good personal statement, okay? Winfrida, thank you so much for coming. We are going to write a very good statement of purpose, okay? Maybe it's need-based. Some of us might not be very smart, but we are the first ones to graduate from college, or we are the first ones to go to college in our families. And we write a statement saying how we are going to make a difference. We are more likely to get need-based scholarships. Okay? That is possible. Janet is not saying anything is impossible. Okay? We can look for schools that admit, some of us are minorities. Okay? All right? Some schools might want people from the minority groups. Some cater to Asian Americans. Some cater to African Americans. Some cater to Native Americans. Okay? Some cater to Africans. Okay, people that are, disadvantaged communities, underserved communities. So that is possible. So we just need to do our research and know which are these schools. Okay, Janet is just expanding slowly and covering everybody. That's what I like. Sometimes I will start as if you don't belong. And then by the time I finish the video, you realize that no, actually you have a chance. Okay, so having said that, now you come to America. Janet has done videos on how to pay for fees in the United States, okay? Apart from work programs, apart from Prodigy and Empower for student loans, okay? Apart from CPT, OPT, okay? Resources. There are people who sound like you, come from places like you, okay? And they pay fees. And Janet knows them. How about that? Janet knows those, okay? The problem, if you think you know too much, and then you come here and you are alone, don't blame us because we came here on YouTube and encouraged you to come and say hi to us. We told you go on janetrangi.com. We told you how to find us on Facebook. We told you how to go in those churches and find people that will help you, but you still did not listen. Okay? You thought probably by saving money and doing this, you will be okay. But that is not true. Okay? But having said that, basically, now, Janet, when she does her videos, or when she goes to look for applications, she goes to schools, okay, that have, can I tell you something, okay? I try to find schools that have a 90% admission rate, okay? But if you want to get a scholarship, sometimes it's in these very high competitive schools that take very smart kids. They take very smart students, Okay, the admission rate might be very low. Okay, so if you hear competitive schools, those are like 5%. Do you know there are universities in America that only admit 5% of those people that apply? Okay, I mean, for every 100 students, they only pick a 5 students. And there are schools that have admission rates as high as 95%. Okay, so these are the factors that Janet puts in place for an average student who does not have money. Okay, you want to make use of some of us knowledge, because look, if you try to do these things, it can be expensive. You make application. And by the way, if you didn't see, I posted something, a summary. I'll be posting for you summaries of the most commonly asked questions, because some people, now that we are talking of scholarships, some of you who are interested in this video, of course you are interested in cost. Okay, so this is the cost I talked about. Okay, admission to universities and colleges, probably $50 to $150 for you to pay to get application. Okay, after they admit you, we are thinking of the embassy that will cost you about $160. Not about, exact. Okay, embassies across the world are going to charge you $160 for the appointment. Some of you are shocked to see something called a service fees, SEVIS. That one, J1, F1 students are the ones that pay that. Keep in mind, this is good for a whole year. Okay, so if they deny you a visa in March, you can still go in September. You don't have to pay it twice. Thank you so much for coming. You don't have to pay it twice. I see all of you. Okay, J1 dependents, J1 spouse and children, you don't have to pay. F1 dependents coming on F2, you don't have to pay. So this is just for the principal applicant. $350. Prepare that. So do the math. 50 to 150 application fees. Embassy appointment fees, 160. Service fees, 350. Air ticket. Air ticket, you will have to go look in a Norwegian Airlines. You have to Qatar Airlines, Dubai, okay? Qatar, they say Qatar Airlines, British Airways, Kenya Airways, Ethiopian Airlines, South African Airlines, find out. But I will put it roughly $1,000, give or take, okay? That is with the air tickets. Okay, in a nutshell, I did the math for you and said if you save $2,000, that is on the higher side. Okay, so now some of you will go on the streets and find people, you give $2,000 and you haven't even registered for TOEFL. TOEFL, I don't know, maybe $250. You need time and money to study. Or IELTS, the English exam, time and money to study. Graduate record exam, time and money to study. IELTS, time and money to study. GMAT, time and money to study. Okay, which other exams? Mention them. SATs, time and money to study. Okay, and that's why I came up with my website and I say, you know what? How about I save my people from the Sunshine Continent, because I know our problems. Okay, and so now I try to eliminate all that and help you guys so that you do very well. JanetRangi.com. You pick a package that fits you. You come, I help you. If not, you watch these videos very carefully and you do things on your own. I love Janet for that. Do things on your own. But because thousands were calling me, I had to narrow down. Okay, that's why I have appointments. There's no other reason. Okay, because I need a life too for me and my family. And I can't thank you enough for always coming on these videos and supporting me. Okay, and subscribing and following and sharing with your friends, because all of you, you make me strong. Okay, all right. Someone say, how do you pay for medical care? Yes, it's part of room and board. And by the way, that's a good question. As you know, if you follow me, I've talked about bank statements. Okay, the embassy will check your bank statement. Admission officers will check your bank statement, because the law says you have to be able to prove that you'll be able to pay. So the school will come up with an approximation of living within that city. Okay, room, board, tuition, medical care, books, supplies, everything combined. So it will be part of your fees. Each school has its own company they work with, and the fees will differ. Okay, so that will be part of the fees. So when you get a bank statement, all that has been factored in. Okay, room, board, food, transportation, tuition, all the budget for 1 year has been catered for. So that is how people get health care when they come to America, because it's called group insurance. Group insurance is usually not cheap. Cheaper than you going to buy insurance alone. It will be very, very expensive. Health insurance in America is extremely expensive. I'll come and talk about public charge. I'll come talk about green cards. I come and talk about how to get student loans in the United States. I come and talk on how to pay for these things. I come and talk on how to get admission, F1, F2, J1, J2, fiancé visas, and all things Canada. Okay, I'm not going anywhere. Merci beaucoup. Kwaherini. Muchas gracias. Zikomo. Until the next video, I love you so much for subscribing and following Janet Rangi. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll see you. Salam alaikum. Someone told me the other day. And people from Cameroon, I love you so much. I promise to be mentioning your name, and I'm delivering on that. Because you complain, you say, Janet, you just mentioned Ghana, Nigeria, and Malawi, and Zambia, and Zimbabwe, and Kenya, and Uganda, and Tanzania, and Ethiopia, okay, and Qatar, okay, I know some of you, and Saudi, okay, but you don't mention us in Cameroon. And Liberia these days, I love you so much. Liberia, you're coming in big numbers. I love you so much, okay? Thank you so much. If I forgot to mention your country, and many of you in the diaspora, of course. England, I know you. Italy, I know you. China, I know you. Japan, I know you. Okay? Russia, I know you. Okay? I mean, you're there. You'll be surprised where our people are. They're all over the world. Jamaica, I know you. Okay? Bahamas, someone called me from Bahamas. I really doubt because they were hiding. Don't call me with hidden numbers. I'll not pick your number next time. Okay? All right. All right, someone says you've helped me so much. I love you so much, and I'm so glad, okay? My goal is to leave you better than I found you, okay? And I'll continue coming here. I enjoy doing this, okay? It's a passion. That's why I never quit. See, when you enjoy things, you never get tired because you just enjoy doing these things, and they're part of me every day. And I'll be here to serve you, okay? Checking out. Kwaherini, asanteni, bye-bye. Good night, wherever you are, or good day for me. I'm going to shower and I'm checking out, okay?